Well, a question I get asked quite often is, Leish, how did you get into the pest control business and why did you start Defense? And the truth is, it all started long before I ever owned my own business. When I was only 4 years old, my dad started his own pest control company. I grew up watching him build that business from the ground up. And as a kid, I didn't quite understand all the things that went into running a successful business. But one thing I do remember for certain is watching my dad and seeing how much he loved what he did, meeting people, solving their problems, and making their lives just a little bit easier. And even back then, I thought I'd be working alongside him. Well, life doesn't always go the way you imagine. And before I graduated high school, my dad ended up losing the family business through a divorce. Just like that, the future I thought I had ended up disappearing. Well, after high school, I took a few odd jobs. I worked at a car wash, worked at a local feed store behind the counter. But one thing I always found myself thinking about was pest control. So eventually, I was hired on as a technician at a local family owned pest control business. And I loved every minute of it. I wasn't just getting rid of ants and spiders, but I was helping families feel more comfortable in their own homes. Every day I got to solve problems, build relationships, and it reminded me of everything I watched my dad do growing up as a child. So after about 3 years of working for that business, they ended up being purchased by a larger corporation. And over time, I noticed something changing within the company. The focus slowly started shifting to, instead of asking what was best for the client, to it became how many services and stops can be sold in a day. Now, don't get me wrong, every business needs to make money. That's how you take care of your family. That's how you take care of your employees. But for me, that was never the reason why I got into this industry. My dad taught me something that has stayed with me my entire life. If you genuinely solve people's problems, the business will take care of itself. Put people first, always. So in 2019, I started Defense Pest Control. Not to become the biggest company, not to compete with the national corporations, but I wanted to build the kind of company that I always admired as a kid. One where clients are treated like people, not account numbers. One where our technicians take the time to listen. One where we answer the phone, show up when we say we will, stand behind our work, and leave every home a little better than we found it. Around here, we have a saying. It's we solve problems. And because that's what this business has always been about. Not bugs, people. And I'm incredibly grateful for every family that has trusted us with their home. And whether you've been with us for years or you're just hearing about us today, thank you for giving a local family-owned business the opportunity to serve yours. Don't forget, when the pests get intense, call Defense.